Welcome back to Arkansas Taste Kitchen, where this time we're going to create for you a new phrase that you'll never forget. I'm joined by Alyssa and Robert. Give them the phrase.
Making nutritious delicious.
Don't you love it, Alyssa?
I love it.
See that? And you're probably saying, okay, how are you going to do it? Alyssa, tell them.
Let's get started with our crispy oven fried chicken.
Now, people watching will go, wait a minute, I've made oven fried chicken before. What's so different about this?
Coming behind you into the oven.
Well, this is going to be just as crispy as deep fried chicken, but without all of that added fat.
Uh-huh.
And Chef Robert has some secrets to tell us about how we're going to get that crispy, crispy outer crust.
We're going to start with a hot pan. So I just put the pan in the oven with a little butter and a little oil. A little secret, butter burns really fast. Add a little pinch of oil and you slow that down. You raise the smoking point, which slows the burning of the butter. Now we can move on to everything else while that's happening. And when we put the chicken on the pan, it's already going to be kind of screaming hot.
Excuse me, but where's the chicken?
Where it's supposed to be right now.
Oh, okay.
It's in the
right,
fridge.
I'm sorry, I'm jumping ahead.
You're jumping ahead just a little bit.
We want to make sure that we are practicing proper safety and sanitation, so we want to keep that chicken cold. We don't want to get it to room temperature out on the counter.
Okay.
So I've got some all-purpose flour. I've got some cornstarch. That cornstarch is a secret to add a little crisp
Yeah, but
to the chicken.
Doesn't that add problems to the health benefit, which is why you're here, Alyssa?
No, it doesn't actually. We are using cornstarch as a way to improve the texture of the oven chicken, but it's not going to change the nutritional value or make it any less healthy.
Had a little bit of flour, some panko breadcrumbs. Could be more flour if you don't have the breadcrumbs. You can take a few slices of bread and toast them in the oven and crumble them up yourself, and you've got. So you can do this with wheat bread and sourdough and anything. One of the secrets for the flavor and make it really southern is a good amount of Cajun seasoning. We're gonna make it Cajun.
There it is.
Is that going to make it a little spicy?
That can, depending on how much. Traditionally, you're gonna have cayenne pepper. You can make your own. Paprika and some thyme and some garlic and some onion, and those are the main ingredients for your own Cajun seasoning. Then
While we're putting these
it up.
ingredients in, a reminder that we will have the cost of this meal at the end of the show, so stay with us and we'll tell you what the total cost is on making this version of this oven-baked chicken. Baked chicken to begin with is a healthy choice.
It is.
Healthier
I'm
than
having
deep
trouble
frying, right?
believing that this is staying healthy, though, with all that you're adding to it.
Well, right now we're just doing things that are going to improve the texture and the flavor. We're not adding a substantial amount of fat. We've just got a little bit of butter. That's going to help with the color and with the flavor. 2 eggs mixed with a little bit of milk. That's going to help the breadcrumbs stick to the chicken so we can keep that crunch. And Chef Hall has this whole process that is going to make this chicken come out just as good, if not better, than fried chicken.
My mama would say, we're gonna dip the chicken in the breading. In the professional world, we've created a dredge.
Ooh.
We're gonna dredge the chicken, okay? And so I'm gonna reach for the chicken now. And
That's your
I'm gonna
ATK challenge. Start using
get
the
the
word
chicken.
dredge.
I'm gonna get the pan, which is pretty hot
I'm going
now.
to stand here and wait and get hungrier.
I really like what Chef Hall said about making some of your own ingredients. It can be really stressful when you're in the kitchen and you realize you don't have something after you started a recipe. But knowing those little tips and tricks means you can just grab what you have on hand, use things a different way.
Well,
and save yourself
flexibility
some
is one of the
stress.
themes of this show.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Nice cold chicken for you.
Cold, that's where we want it to be. You know, maybe a steak, beef, something you might bring out and let it get to room temperature. Okay, the difference between bone-in chicken breast and boneless chicken breast is the amount of time that it's going to spend in the oven to cook all the way. The meat around the bone is going to take a little bit longer in the oven.
Excuse me, but are you starting the dredging process now? What is this?
We're starting with flour and a little cornstarch. That sticks to the chicken. Now we go into the egg wash. Egg and a little bit of milk. Could be water, but it's just a little bit to break the egg up. This egg and flour mixture becomes glue.
Okay.
And the glue is for
yummy.
the breadcrumbs.
And
Now-
it should be this way every time you do it. Am I correct in that assumption?
Let's call it 90% of the time.
Okay.
There are times that you won't do fully 3 stages of dredge, but the vast majority of the time, this is it. And as it bakes, it's going to get crispy. The skin is going to help with the crispy, but one of the things that creates delicious flavor is the fat, and there's fat in the skin. And we're going to render, as another culinary term, we're going to melt some of that fat.
Okay.
And that melted fat is going to work its way through all the muscle fibers in the meat, and you're going to have something that's juicy while it's crispy on the outside.
Are you putting skin side down?
Skin side down?
And that's because...
The recipe said so, and we follow the recipes, right? No, it's going to help with the skin, the fat in the skin rendering. We might want to come about 7 or 8 minutes, and we'll turn it. Then that fat that is starting to melt, that's going to work its way into the...
This is a dance that goes on between flavor and health, isn't it?
It is.
You've got to
absolutely.
know...
So that we are healthy, I have to wash after handling raw chicken and all of that. So I'm going to go over to the wash basin and
Okay, well...
Right,
take
that's
care.
super important. We want to maintain our safety and sanitation, and we don't want to contaminate any of our surfaces with the chicken juice.
Now, you've prepared this before,
I have, yes.
and what's the goal here? How do we want to feel after we eat this oven-baked chicken? Do we want to say to ourselves, oh, I feel so much healthier, or, oh my gosh, that's the best way to cook chicken I've ever tasted. What do you want?
Why can't we have both?
Well, there
We
you
want
go.
it to taste good. If it's not tasting good, we're not going to enjoy it as much.
Okay.
We want
Excuse,
to
I'm going
remember.
to oven.
Thank you.
So what's your temperature over there, Robert?
350 degrees.
For how long is it going to be in there, Robert?
Well, this is going to take, I get asked this question a lot, especially about meat.
Okay.
Okay, how long is it going to take? And my general answer is when it's done.
Well, that
Very
helps.
specific.
So it's really hard to say for sure. Bone in versus boneless, white meat versus dark meat, how much skin, how thick the skin is, how much fat is there. All of those things go into how long this is going to take. When it's done, I have a little trick. You have a muscle at the base of your thumb. And if you pinch that muscle and your hand is relaxed, that's what rare feels like.
Oh,
Okay. Now we don't want rare chicken,
no.
but we can apply this to anything else that we're cooking, fish and pork and beef. So touch your index finger and the tip of your thumb together. Feel that muscle. It's a little bit tighter. Okay. That's medium rare.
Okay.
Your disgruntled driver highway communication finger is your middle finger.
Ooh.
That's medium.
Tightened up.
Now your ring finger,
Ooh, tightened
medium
up.
well.
This is cool.
Your pinky, that's
Is-
well done.
Oh, yeah, that's different.
When you get that feel, you've reached this degree of doneness, or the protein is cooked all the way through. And so you don't have to check the temperature, but if you want security, you're checking the temperature. We want this to be 165, 170 degrees, and then we'll let it rest
We
for,
want the ring finger
yes, or better, or more.
Better for chicken, yeah.
pressing a rule of thumb that you only get with Arkansas Taste Kitchen.
Rule of thumb.
That's absolutely. Did you come up with that?
I did not, but I'll take credit for it.
You will now.
So you generally want to cook your darker poultry, so your dark meat chicken, to a higher temperature than your white meat, which is generally the breast of the chicken. You want to make sure that that dark meat is done at a higher temperature.
Which is better health-wise? White or dark?
Health-wise, the light white meat is going to be leaner, so it's going to have less fat. Still a considerable amount of protein. The dark meat is going to have more fat, but it's also going to have more vitamins and minerals. So it's okay to have both, definitely depending on what your goals are. And we're using the dark meat today for a little bit more flavor.
About how much time would this meal take if it wasn't on television?
We're going to take about a half an hour. Might go 40 minutes. Some of that's going to depend on the oven, the type of oven that you're using, the BTUs, how the heat is regulated in the oven. Lots of little variables, but in the window of about 30 to 40 minutes, these thicker bone-in chicken thighs ought to be ready to go.
And repeat the goal of Arkansas Taste Kitchen.
We want you to learn from this, and we want you to apply these principles and cook one more meal a week than you already do at home. Cook at home one more meal a week than you already do.
Our chicken is not done, and we are not done. We've got something else to offer you when we come back after this quick break.
As a beginner in the kitchen, measuring ingredients can be incredibly helpful as you build skill. Not all measuring cups are meant to be used the same way. Dry measuring cups are designed to be filled and leveled. With a dense ingredient like flour, I like to scoop the flour into the cup and level. Now, liquid measuring cups allow space to measure accurately at eye level. You'll use dry cups for flour, sugar, rice, and grains. You can use liquid cups for things like water, milk, oil, and broth. Measuring spoons are standardized. 3 teaspoons equal 1 tablespoon. Use measuring spoons for salt, spices, baking powder, oils, and extracts. It's important to level those too. A heaping spoon can make a big difference.
Previously on Arkansas Taste Kitchen, chicken was prepared and put in the oven. It is baking now. So we turn to 2 other items that I think you're gonna absolutely love, beginning with French fries, right guys?
Gotta have French fries with a oven fried chicken, any kind of fried chicken.
Alyssa, those look different than the normal French fries, though.
Don't
They
they?
are a little different. We're using a completely different potato than what you might normally see for your traditional French fry.
Sweet potato is a little sweet, but we're gonna make it even mo better. Again, we're gonna add some paprika right into the bowl of already cut fries. You can cut these any thickness, any way you want.
As long as they're the same, right?
As long as they're the same. If you cut big wedges, they're going to take longer in the oven.
Makes
if
sense.
you cut little teeny shoestrings,
Sure.
they're going to not take very long at all. Okay, little garlic. This is garlic powder. Stay away from garlic salt. Crushed red pepper. You could use regular black pepper. You can omit pepper if you don't
Why
like that.
would you put pepper on sweet potatoes?
Why
I'll
do you?
taste it and see. Is that what you're telling me here?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
amazing. It's just amazing. We're using some canola oil, and I'm just gonna toss all of this with this canola oil. Canola oil doesn't add any additional flavor. You know, olive oil is a healthy oil, right?
Right.
But you taste it.
Okay.
And sometimes you don't want the taste. My approach is when we work together, I'm the voice of the flavor.
Okay, and now we need the voice of the health. What's so healthy about that?
First, we're baking the sweet potato fries, so we're not adding a ton of additional fat when you might traditionally deep fry your fries. We're also using sweet potatoes instead of russet potatoes, so they are still starchy. They're going to be a good source of carbohydrates, but they have a different vitamin and mineral profile, and they're going to be healthy.
These are higher in fiber, aren't they?
They are higher in fiber.
My age, that's important.
I'm going to do 2 things. The fries are going to go in the oven, and now it's time to turn the chicken.
Ooh,
So
you're multitasking right
multitasking.
here on Arkansas Taste Kitchen.
On ATK.
Okay. While you do that, I'm going to ask about the black-eyed peas and what we've got in front of us here, Alyssa.
Oh, we have to have a salad to make a healthy dish, right? We're doing a new spin on a salad. This one does not have any lettuce
That's
base.
that was my first observation. You have no lettuce in front of us.
It can still be a salad even without the lettuce. And we are going to fill this black-eyed pea salad with a lot of different vegetables.
It is so tough to me being related to people from Warren, not to just reach in there and get a tomato. I'm fighting it off right now.
I think that's a good sign. You know that they're good for you, but you know that they also taste great. So it's going to keep you going back for more. So no two vegetables have the same nutrition profile. So we want to get our variety of vegetables. Each one brings its own flavor and its own texture. And to make it even more fun, we're going to make our own dressing.
What?
Yeah, so we're going to start with that extra virgin olive oil. Again, offers a nice flavor, but it's really going to carry all of the seasonings and spices throughout our salad. Then for some perkiness, we're going to add red wine vinegar.
Now, is this expensive to do, to get elements like this? Red wine vinegar sounds like it'd be expensive.
It's not. It's really less than $2 at most grocery stores.
Okay.
And the great thing about this dressing is you can make as much or as little as you want to.
And if Alyssa's doing it, you know it's going to be healthy.
We've got some dried oregano and some fresh basil. That's going to add a little bit of sweetness. We've got salt and pepper for flavor enhancers. Some Dijon mustard. This is the key to a good vinaigrette. I think we've got whole grain actually, but you can use any type of mustard.
You're going to see when this comes together, vinegar and oil don't like each other. And so not only does the mustard add some flavor, some delicious flavor, mustard is an emulsifier. So mustard likes the vinegar, mustard likes the oil, and pulls the two together in the sandbox. So everybody plays really nice in the sandbox.
So
they come together.
Mustard is Switzerland, basically. Brings people together.
Bring them all together.
Unifying.
I'll be darned.
And it's okay, again, to use whatever mustard you have on hand. And you could even put it in a jar if you wanted to, or something with a lid, shake it up. Now for the star of our salad. That's going to be our black-eyed peas.
Oh, good.
And we're just using canned black-eyed peas for this recipe. You don't even have to cook them. They were drained and rinsed. So that's important to get some of the black-eyed pea juice off. Also a great way to reduce some of the sodium that you actually eat by rinsing. And then let's add our variety of vegetables. Do you want to help me with this part?
Sure.
Okay. What do you want to start with? Oh, great.
Just jump them all in there at once.
Well, let's
right?
go one by one so we can talk
Okay.
about the different colors. So we're using red bell pepper, green bell pepper. This is going to be crunchy, but it's going to add a little bit of bitter flavor.
Okay.
Which is very different
I'm
than
adding the mince.
our yellow. Just still going to have a little bit of bitterness to it, but we're starting to go sweeter on our bell pepper
I'll
spectrum.
add the tomato. You say tomato, I say tomato.
Sliced in half. We've got red bell pepper here. This is going to be your sweetest bell pepper. And Chef Robert is going to show us how to cut an orange bell
Well,
pepper.
hold it. Don't I need to put the celery in there?
Drop it in.
Okay.
Are you a
boom.
celery eater?
I am now.
So I have a very specific technique around cutting a bell pepper, because what is, to you, Craig, the most annoying part of a bell pepper?
You know, you got me. I've never had that thought before. So.
Seeds. Those
Okay,
seeds,
seeds.
right
Okay,
under
I'll go
here,
with it.
right
All
under
right.
this stem, there's
Okay.
a bulb that has all these seeds,
I
and they
see.
go everywhere. And
So how do you cut it?
so we're going to take one piece of the wall off of one side. I'm going to lay this on its side, and I call it unrolling. We're going to unroll this bell pepper,
Oh.
and we take these ribs off at the same time.
Wow.
You know, in stir fries, in other kind of in other cooking, these ribs get really slimy.
Wow.
They don't cook at the same rate as this, right? What we typically eat. We can trim this down further so that there's really zero waste. But I also have on my knife, on my board, on me, I have no seeds.
Wow.
They stay there.
How about that?
And if you put those in your compost and your compost is really active, you just might have bell peppers coming out of your compost in the spring.
Great way to use the whole thing.
And so I'm pinching the knife right at the back end, the heel of the knife, the back where the blade is, and I'm going to curl my fingers like a bear claw. Now, I graduated from the University of Central Arkansas.
You were
And
a bear.
Alyssa graduated from the University of Central Arkansas.
Bears.
And at UCA, we do it like a big bear.
Rawr.
Bear claws
And so,
up.
a bear claw, okay, using my middle finger, the right where that curve is, the furthest joint out, that's the flat spot that is going to guide my knife. And I want to get this cut the same size as the other
And that's going on this salad?
pieces. This is
It
going
is.
right in the salad. And I'll do enough just for the salad. Going to turn this to its side, and now I'm going to dice it. And I'll have these nice little pieces, the same as the other bell pepper,
Wonderful. Your knife looks really sharp. How often do you sharpen your knife?
before every use.
Wow.
Every time I go in the kitchen.
I think that finishes out the color spectrum nicely. All right, so let's.
And then what do you do?
We're just going to mix it all together. So I want to do one more whisk. And then I'm going to drizzle right on top of the salad.
Well, Robert cut the pepper very poetically and gracefully, but can he cut it when it comes to the baked chicken, the salad? We're going to find out when we come back after a short break. You want me to start stirring this? All right, here we go. It's the moment of reckoning here on Arkansas Taste Kitchen. If it doesn't get 4 yummies, Alyssa and Robert get fired. I, on the other hand, maintain my job.
Here comes the chicken.
As we're getting the chicken and the fries out, what are we getting from this meal? What
We-
healthy things are we getting?
Oh, all of my favorite things. We're getting protein, vitamins, and minerals from the
The
chicken.
protein arrives now.
Yes, we have a variety of nutrients coming from our black-eyed pea salad. We've got complex carbohydrates, fiber, we have antioxidants from our veggies, things like vitamin C, lycopene from
Right behind you,
our
sir.
tomatoes, lots of health-promoting benefits from this veggie salad. Just wait a second, it's still hot.
Okay.
All right, let's
Now,
plate.
can I just get as much as I want of that salad, or do you have to watch what you spoon up on that like anything?
So more veggies, the better, but something to keep in mind, we do have our black-eyed peas in here. They are gonna contain a lot of carbohydrates. That's not a bad thing, but we do have our sweet potato fries here, so we wanna practice a little bit of portioning and
Okay.
balance on our plate.
Okay.
So I'll make a plate for you.
All right, this is going to
Get
be
a nice, healthy
this will show us the
scoop.
correct ratios that will get the Alyssa seal of approval.
Let's go sweet potato fries next. I'm a ketchup dipper, even with sweet potato fries. What about
Really?
you? Yes. You have a favorite sauce?
No, that's okay. Oh, this chicken looks out of this world.
Beautiful. Oh, we have our
Now,
five-star
the chef
plating.
is putting it on top of everything, so we can't, okay.
Oh, this is
But
for
now
you.
this normally is taking up more room for protein than you would normally.
it's,
show.
It's a large size.
But this large size is bone-in chicken thigh.
Okay.
So the amount of meat that's there It's a little bit deceiving because of the bone that's
So
in
allow
there.
for the bone in.
a good
Yeah,
point.
yeah,
Don't get all super critical.
yeah.
Okay.
And remember, eat what you're hungry for. So if it seems a little too big, like too much, then save the leftovers
And don't talk to your mouth full.
for later. Chicken, please.
Oh, this is wonderful. I'm gonna tell you right now, the fries already got the 4 yummies.
Yes, and look at how colorful this plate is.
All right, we hate to cut and run, folks, but we gotta do a quickie. Let me try the chicken.
Grab a plate clean. I'll go ahead and get some chicken over here.
I need a knife.
You can hear that crunch.
I'm ready to eat too.
There you go.
Well, we got forks. We should have gotten a knife. That's okay.
You would miss out on that crunch of the chicken.
Yeah, and it is so crunchy and never went in, you know, deep fry.
I'm gonna get my hands dirty here. Look at
It's
how
the 4
beautiful.
yummies. It gets the 4 yummies.
And the thumbs
You've
up.
You've kept your job.
One more day.
This is a tremendous idea. Thank you for watching. Remember, if it's affordable, if it's doable, if it's nutritious, if it's delicious, it's Arkansas Taste Kitchen. Yum.
Additional funding provided by the University of Arkansas for Medical Sciences.